Carrie here from HomesteadHow, and this CNC router that I spent the last 5 days or so building has to be one of the coolest things I've ever built, and we're going to talk about that in today's episode, as well as how we're going to make money and turn this into another business on our homestead. Let's see if this thing works.
I forgot to turn it on.
In this video, we're going to show you this awesome time lapse of me building the CNC router. We're going to talk about some tips and tricks if you're going to get one for yourself, and then we're going to talk about why we got this for our homestead and how we plan to expand our homestead business and make money from it. That was the last screw on my Evolution 4 with an extension kit, otherwise known as an Evolution 5 CNC machine from BobsCNC. This thing was absolutely amazing. Massive project. I had so much fun putting this together. Bob at BobsCNC is a genius. The engineering behind this thing literally made a CNC routing machine out of wood, which I could now take, replicate all these parts, and make another CNC routing machine just like this using this tool. It's like some sort of CNC inception. Really, really awesome. I had a lot of fun building this over the last couple days. I'm going to have even more fun showing you guys what we're going to make with this. Another homestead business. We're going to do a bunch of signs, but I've got some other really cool projects in mind, like a wavy USA flag and a whole bunch of other ideas. So why did we want a Wood CNC router? Well, a lot of people ask us in the comments of our YouTube channel, how do we support our homestead? And we're fortunate to do so by several businesses we run from right here, including a sign and craft business that Jen runs. She has a separate YouTube channel called I Create Crafts, and she makes wood signs with her Cricut machine. She'll print out the vinyl and she'll paint the signs. We do some really cool American flags, and we've been doing this for several years now. She sells them at craft fairs, flea markets, and on consignment in local stores. Well, we've always wanted to expand this to be able to use a CNC machine to instead cut out the letters or cut out the stars in the American flag and router them right out with wood. And with our Evolution CNC machine from BobsCNC, we'll be able to do just that. We're also very interested in doing some camping signs. We live right near several very popular campgrounds, and we've partnered with some of the campgrounds to offer our dog kennel. So we've got some relationships there where we could offer up custom camper or RV signs personalized with folks' names right on them, and we can use our CNC router for that as well. So those are some things you can expect to see both on HomesteadHow, and be sure to subscribe to I Create Crafts because we're going to be doing several CNC wood sign videos over there as well. tomorrow I'm gonna hook up my computer, fire up the software, and start actually making stuff with this. All right, we're connected. Now I want to see if I can home the machine, which means it'll come back and each of the little micro switches will contact, and then the software will know the exact position of the machine. If this works, it means everything's alive and it's working, which is amazing. It's doing it. Look, it's going up. It's coming back. Now that's what the switch is hitting there. That switch just hit there. Boom. I can't believe this is working on my very first attempt. So the machine is homed. Now we can try to cut out our first sign, and we're just gonna do something really basic. Why am I such an idiot? It's the second time now. This is our dog, Ray. Wait, I gotta. That's you! That's you! So I foolishly forgot to turn the router on twice now. I'm gonna learn that mistake pretty quickly. Other than that though, everything went really smooth. Just a little bit of human error in there on my part. The machine homed on the very first try, which I was so happy about. I thought for sure I would have messed something up along the way or had to adjust the pulleys or something, but it homed right away, and the first sign, our cool little Ray sign, which is a very simple sign to start out with, worked very, very well, and we're going to have many more signs to come. I learned quite a few things building this, and I wanted to share some tips and some tricks if you're going to build one of these yourself. So here I have a few tips for you for setting up your Bob's CNC Evolution Router. One thing is, I have this little laptop with me with the directions on it, and then I can just kind of scroll through with my finger. And I found that very helpful to have that right here. You could print it out or look on your phone, but it's over 100 pages of directions, so that was very helpful. My other big tip for you is this. The directions are amazing. They're really good. I've done this entire build and I haven't had any mistakes yet. One thing that's helped me is, in the directions, each section has this required wood component sheet, and it's like a little diagram that shows all the parts and pieces you need for that specific section. Now I've gone through for each section and I print this out. It's just 2 or 3 pages. You could just go on here and then scroll back up, 30 pages to the beginning of the section and then look back when it's referencing it, because you'll get to like step 44 and it'll say, okay, take your frame mid support and connect it with your frame side support rear X5, and you're like, I don't know what that is. You just reference the sheet of paper then. So for each section, I will print out the required wood component part, and then I'll have those little 2 or 3 sheets, and then I'll go through. Now the other thing that's helped me with these directions is always look ahead. So browse all of the directions before you start the build, but they're also broken up into different sections. Like this one is the X-frame instructions for assembling your X-frame. Look through the entire X-frame section before you start step 1 building the X-frame. It really helps to look ahead and give you an idea of what you have in store. I've really thoroughly enjoyed building this. It's been fun. I thought it was going to be tedious or boring, but I've really enjoyed it. It reminds me of putting together models when I was a younger kid. It reminds me of putting together like a puzzle and then having that sense of accomplishment, but on a much larger scale. This thing is just amazing. We got wires, we got motors, we've got these rails on the side, all these engineered components. I can't believe that I was able to build something this complex, but frankly, it was really easy following the directions. I didn't have any mistakes or any point that I had to go back. And another thing that I'm really happy about is I know this router machine inside and out because I've literally put hundreds of screws in and built the whole thing. So if something fails or I need to troubleshoot anything, which I'm not anticipating is going to happen, I'll know exactly what to do. This was a really fun project. I can't wait to start building things with it. And I wish that they had one of these in every woodshop class in high school across America. This would be one heck of a project for some high school students to teamwork on and collaborate on, maybe over the course of a semester, going through and building this thing from scratch, because there's just something about building it with your own hands and then seeing the result at the end. So I've really enjoyed building this. If you're new to our channel, thanks for stopping by. In an upcoming episode, I learned to ride an Amish horse and buggy. It's going to be one heck of a video, so be sure to subscribe and check back. And now, some of our favorite photos from this week on and around our homestead.